What's up, y'all? I'm back with another video. I promise you, y'all, I'm gonna start this podcast. It's just taking me a little bit to kind of get my footing. I'm very type A sometimes, and I feel like things got to be perfect before I start it or whatever. So I promise I'm gonna get it out there though. It's gonna happen. But I did want to bring you this video. I've been slow walking this book called "The Cross and the Lynching Tree" that a friend gave me by James H. Cone. I highly recommend it. It really just answered a question for me, and especially if you're struggling with your faith and injustice a little bit. It answered a question that I have been struggling with, of like, why has it been so hard for like a civil rights movement to kind of find its footing again? Like we had the Black Lives Matter, which did really well in the moment, but it didn't have a long lasting effect like it should have. It should have like stayed like a foundation. It should have stayed, doing the work. Of course, it had its issues or whatever, but I just been wondering, like, why is it so hard for us to get our footing? But I'm gonna read you a little bit from the book about what I'm going to talk about. So, unlike spirituals and the church, the blues and the juke joint did not lead to an organized political resistance against white supremacy. But one could correctly say that the spirituals and the church, with Jesus' cross at the heart of its faith, gave birth to the Black freedom movement that reached its peak in the civil rights era during the 1950s and 60s. The spirituals were the soul of the movement, giving people courage to fight, and the church was its anchor, deepening its faith in the coming freedom for all. The blues was an individual's expression of a cultural defiance against white supremacy, a stubborn refusal to be defined by it. The blues prepared people to fight for justice by giving them a cultural identity that made them human and thus ready to struggle. The blues sent people traveling, roaming, looking for a woman or a man to soothe one's aching human heart, sorry. But it was Jesus' cross that sent people protesting in the streets, seeking to change the social structures of racial oppression. And I have settled with the church is just not in its rightful place. The church has lost its rightful, the black church, that is, for sure, has lost its footing in civil rights. We stopped talking about it. We stopped being about it. We stopped saying that Jesus is a God of justice. God is a God of justice. We stopped talking about those things. We stopped preaching about those things. It became more about me, individualized type of preaching, prosperity. Because I think when we came out of it, black people were starting to excel a lot. Segregation kind of had ended. So we were like, we don't want to focus on that no more. We don't want to talk about the struggle. We don't want to talk about the injustices that are out there. We're moving past that, though it was still happening. 1980s, young man, can't think of his name right now. I think it's Douglas, last name Douglas. He was hung from a tree by a Klan member. Then we move forward, 90s, you got the Rodney King issues, 2000 school shootings, and then you got Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Eric Garner, Freddie Gray, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice. I could keep going about all George Floyd, all the people that have passed on um, just because of racial injustice, things that we stopped talking about. The church was the leader of the civil rights movement, the biggest leader of the civil rights movement, and we've got out of our place. We have gotten out of our place. And if it is like one of the foundations, if you think about the cross, they hung and killed an innocent man for simply preaching the gospel and telling one that he can be saved, that God loves them, regardless of who you are and what you've done. God loves you, and to go and sin no more. But we've gotten out of our place. We stopped talking about those things as if they're irrelevant now. They're not. They're not irrelevant. It's very purposeful right now. We need to keep talking about it. We were the foundation. One of the foundations, the footing of the civil rights movement. People found solace in that. They found courage in marching and bleeding by singing those spirituals, talking about a man who died on the cross for you and I. So when are we getting back in our place? When are we going to start back talking about those things? Now I know there's pastors now that are starting to talk about it now, or are out there in the fight, addressing these things, saying the things that need to be said, remembering what it was like for our people and our ancestors, remembering that this stuff is necessary to keep discussing. Read the book of Isaiah. Talks about how God deals with those who do injustice, and how God deals with those who oppress other people. We got to keep talking about it. And I know there's pastors out there that are very weary about talking about it because they're scared of what the public eye may think of them and may say about them on social media, or whatever the case may be. But guess what? Jesus didn't care. He talked about the gospel. He talked about what was oppressing the people. It drew crowds in. Yes, there were people that hated him, and it got him killed. But guess what? We're still talking about him to this day. He's still saving people to this day because of what he did, and because of what he talked about, and because of what he was not scared to discuss. Yeah, we've got to get back in our rightful place. We've got to get back to preaching the word, talking about what God said. God loves the oppressed. He loves us. He loves those people that have been oppressed. But guess what? Something else God has been dealing with me about when it comes to this. I'm praying like, God, you see this? Why are you not doing nothing? Why are you not stopping these people? Why are you not stopping these evil men? Why are you not doing nothing about it? He said, I could do that, but it also takes you too. It takes us to get back in the fight. You think about the 1950s and 60s, man, when Martin and all of them was out there marching. They believed in a God who believed in justice. But guess what? Faith without works is dead. They ain't just talk about it, they was being about it. You out there that keep saying we are not our ancestors, you are right. We are not. And this is not me fussing about us, because I know in this time we want to rest because of we saw the painting on the wall. Like, we saw what was going to happen. We knew what was going to happen if we voted this man back in for a second term. We knew it. We saw it. We told everybody. Nobody wanted to listen to us. But guess what, yo? We got to talk about it. If we're not marching in the streets this time, we got to talk about it. We got to keep making people aware. We got to let people know what's going on. People are being oppressed, getting killed out here, man. We can't remain quiet. We have to keep talking about it. We have to keep talking about what's happening. And on my end, some of y'all might not have the faith that I do. You may not believe in the God that I believe in, but the one that I believe in believes in fighting for those that are less than. He believes in the oppressed, but it also takes us to stand up against it. It takes us to fight up against it, to keep saying the things, man. Keep doing the things. And not everybody has their strength, and not everybody has their courage. And that is okay, but find your place. Find your place where you fit. But we got to keep talking about it. We got to keep pressing on. So that's my little understanding. I just wanted to get that to y'all, man. Like, I know where we are right now looks so bad. And it is. It's bad. But I want y'all to know that, we've survived so many things. Our people have survived so many things, man. We've gotten through so many things. And I believe, and I'm sure that we will get through this. I know we will. But we have to stand together. We have to bring back community and the village. Okay?